Good morning again. I hope you've been enjoying those last couple of videos that I've done. It's certainly a learning process for me. I just did one before and for some reason I hadn't even recorded. Now, just before we start, the temperatures are getting a little bit cooler. You'll see there's dew on the ground this morning. I'm still going to practice outside because I love being outside. But I've just made sure I've got a few props here, so a couple of pillows and a nice blanket. And even when you practice inside, depending on your day and how you're feeling, it's really good to utilise these props. So I'm going to do a few warm-ups onto the mat first, and then we're going to come into a very gentle warrior sequence. So you can either come and sit up with your legs crossed on a block like I am. Some people don't like that, so you might want to come grab a pillow and sit maybe in rock pose for this session, which is just like this. But choose what works for you. It's your practice, and we don't all have to look or be the same. So let's just start crossing the legs, bringing the hands down onto the lap and closing the eyes. So have your palms down. And just be mindful before we start of drawing the torso up nice and tall, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And then, if you've been rushing around, just bring your focus inwards, feeling the breath moving through your body. And then in your time, start to really take control of that breathing, so switching just from that automatic breath into a controlled breath. So closing your mouth and gently breathing in through your nose, so either to the count of 2 or 3 or 4. Just holding that slightly and then exhaling just one more count than you did for the inhale. So again, just slowing our breathing rate down, ready for our practice and for having mindfulness in terms of that pranayama or oxygen flowing through our tissues. After all, that's the purpose of this practice, is to bring a union or a connection between our mind, our body, and our spirit and each other. So when we're in a state of calm, we're often able to relate to and understand other people's emotions and reactions in a more helpful way. Okay, let's now open the eyes. We're going to warm up the neck. So just very gently, this first thing in the morning, dropping your right ear over towards your right shoulder, coming back to centre there, and then dropping your left ear over to your left shoulder. Bring your chin back to centre there, and then very gently look up towards the ceiling or the sky, so really opening up the neck here, and then bringing the head back down, and then tuck your chin in towards your chest. So making that neck nice and long. Then bring the chin back to parallel, and then now drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. That might be enough for you. If you want to feel that stretch a little bit more, you can take your right hand and bring it onto your left ear. So we're not pulling the left ear, it's just weight and gravity. And then lift up your left hand so you can turn the palm up and down there, and just feel how that's stretching out those lovely neck muscles. And then gently releasing here. Let's bring the neck back to centre, pull the chin down towards the chest, lift the head back up again, and then drop your left ear over towards your left shoulder. And the same thing again here. Now the left hand goes on the right ear. You can take this other hand out the other way, and then again turn that palm up and down, feeling that stretch through your neck. And then gently releasing, coming back into that nice upright position. So I always like sitting on a block. It means that my torso is nice and long, and I can fully utilize my diaphragm, which sits quite low here, and my lungs. So when we're sitting down, everything gets a little bit cramped up. It's really good for ventilating the body and stretching it out to have this torso nice and open and long. So let's now bring the hands into the chest here and inhale the arms up. Take a nice big stretch here and rotate your wrists down. So bringing some life into the wrist this morning. Inhaling up here, stretching up. Oh, that's beautiful. And exhaling down. Let's bring the wrists together here and make some really nice circles into those wrists. And really feeling that movement. And then look at your fingers. Bring your fingers out. So really like you're pressing a wall away. And then open the fingers. So really good little exercises here for the mind. So opening up the little fingers, the middle fingers, and then the side fingers. And then pressing the hands out like we do when we're in downward facing dog. And then bring the hands back together again. Let's bring the elbows together and bring the palms together here. And then bring the hands into the chest. So as you do that, pull the shoulders back. So you should feel that actually right into your abdomen this morning. And then gently releasing there. That's beautiful. Okay, let's now bring the hands out to the side here. And then we're just going to gently bend in the elbows. And I want you to have the hand that you're looking at facing up and the other hand facing down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to gently turn, so looking from one side through to the other. So imagine you're making an offering here. Imagine you can blow away what doesn't serve you and clasp what's good for you, bringing it into your body. So just in your own time, in your own mind, with your own thoughts, doing this lovely action here, great for the shoulders and neck, and then gently releasing. Let's just come into a gentle twist, inhaling the arms up, and then turning to look at the right. Inhaling up here, and turning to look at the left. So just in your own time here, really stretching up that torso, taking a very gentle twist here, inhaling back through center, and then going the other way. One more time here, inhaling up, turn the palms up, really stretch up, and then look over to the right, come back through center, and then over to the left, and then exhale down. Let's now roll those shoulders deliciously. Inhale them up towards your earlobes and then draw them away. Inhaling up. And as you exhale, you might like to let a sigh. Ha. Inhaling up. Nice big roll there. Exhaling. Ha. Inhaling up here and exhaling. Ha. Let's now just do a little bit of work now with our feet. So we're going to cradle our legs here, and we, don't maybe often do this, but we're going to take the leg and make some circles here into that hip socket, and then go the other way, and then just going to look at that foot, and you're going to rotate your ankle, and then take your ankle the other way, and then wait to look at your feet like we did with our hands, and just spread your toes out so you can see daylight between your toes, and then flex and extend your foot. Beautiful. And then place that one back, and then do the same thing again here. So cradling this leg here again, some nice big circles into that hip socket, going in one direction and then the other, and then just nice circles into that ankle joint. So as it starts to get colder, it's really important to help these joints to stay warm and nourished by assisting the movement of blood and fluids, not only into the joints but also the tissues that support those joints. And then the same thing again here. So look through your toes, and then flexion and extension of that foot. Beautiful. Let's come over now onto our hands and knees. So we just do a nice little spinal warm-up here. So you're all familiar with cat and cow. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Knees are hip width apart, and should be a nice straight line between that falls from your joints of your shoulders and your hips down to the mat. So exhaling. Suck that belly button right up towards your spine. Tuck your tailbone and drop your head. Inhaling, coming forward. That nice cow phase. So looking forward, stretching and opening the neck out, pressing the floor away, and really spreading and opening the buttock area. Inhaling, suck those belly button right up towards the spine, drop the head down. And then inhaling, coming forward. Let's now widen the knees so that they're mat width apart, and bring your big toes to touch and press through the mat. Keep your elbows nice and bent and just drop your head down towards the floor. Again, take some nice big breaths here, so wakening up your body. Let's just rock a little from side to side here, so really feeling the opening into your rib cage, your hips, just generally feeling your buttocks descending closer to the floor. I'm just going to take the hands here behind the neck, bring the palms together, and just take a little stretch here through the shoulders. Still nice big breaths here. And then gently releasing here. Let's push those hands back now. Tuck the toes so they're mat width apart. It's always easier to come into a squat when your feet are wide apart. If it's early in the morning for you, you might find you're up on your toes. That's fine. And just work to what works for you. You can also come up against a wall if that makes it easier for you. Really press the hands into those knees and the hands into the chest. So feeling the torso descending down, or the buttocks, sorry, descending down towards the floor, and the torso up towards the sky here. Let's just come into a little balance. So bring your feet together, drop your knees down, and then just find what we call a drishti spot, a place in front of you that allows you to find that stillness. So just a nice little balance for this time of the morning. Okay, and then drop the hands down. We're going to bring the feet round about hip width apart. We're going to drop the heels down. I'm just going to hang the head down, so coming into a forward bend. Now, I'm really not a fan of straight-legged forward bends. You really need to keep your knees soft. It helps to protect your back from injury. Let's just grab hold of the elbows here, and let's just hang out here for a couple of breaths. So you might like to just swing yourself from side to side like a big elephant trunk. And then we just slowly, so you need to drop your buttocks down a little bit. We're just slowly going to curl up here, coming up to standing. So coming up, I'm going to stand with the feet slightly apart. Take a beautiful big breath in, inhaling up, and then exhaling. Take another one, inhale up and exhale. One more time here, inhaling up, and let's just clasp the hands together and turn the palms up, and just take a gentle, very gentle side twist here. So imagine you've got a big soccer ball on the right side of your body, so you're not collapsing down, you're lifting your whole body up and over that ball. Come back through center, and then the same thing on the other side. And then come back again, and then exhale the arms down. Let's now step forward on the mat here. So we're going to come into our warrior sequence now. So first of all, just look down at your feet and get a real sense that you know where your feet are on the mat. You have an awareness of that feeling. So part of our yoga practice is really to be in the moment and to be really aware of where our body is in terms of its position on the mat. You don't have to look great, it's just developing awareness. So let's now step this left foot back. Now if you're new to this practice or you're not feeling too energetic this morning, you can keep your legs straight. What's important here is that your heel is directly in line with your back foot. And just to begin with, we're going to come into warrior one here. So I'm going to come down a little bit lower, so I'll spread my feet apart a little bit further. Just make sure that you can see your big toe on the inside of your kneecap, so then we know we're keeping our joints safe. And then we're going to turn this torso to the front, so you'll see, because I've done that, I actually have to take that leg out a little bit wider from the back leg. And then we're going to inhale the arms up here. Now we're not going to stay static. We're going to drop that leg down, drop the hands down. Inhale the arms up again. Exhaling, coming back down. Inhaling the arms up here and exhaling down. And inhaling here. Lovely big breath and exhaling down. Let's now bring that foot back, because we're now going to turn the torso so that it faces across the long length of the mat. And the same thing again here, you might decide you want your legs straight, you don't want to use your whole body today. Just bending in that front leg again if this is for you. Bring your hands out, turn the palms up, and then drop your palms down, so dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And then again, let's keep this moving. So inhaling up, palms touch. Exhaling down, knee bends, hands go down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. One more time. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Let's come back into reverse warrior here. And then bring the hands up, straighten that front leg up. You might just want to take a little rest here. Roll the shoulders up. Sometimes they hurt if we've got our hands up for a long time. Let's float the palms up again, turn the palms down, creating that nice distance between the earlobes and the shoulders, and making sure this hand doesn't go on its own holiday. Inhaling, take a nice big breath and lean forward like you're leaning over a countertop, and then drop that hand down, and then lifting this left hand towards the sky. Now if that's too much for you, you can just keep that hand on your hip, so you're still opening up this front chest. It's beautiful. And then inhaling up again. Just drop those hands onto your hips, adjust where your feet are so you can take a nice step forward. Let's just take a couple of breaths here in what we call mountain pose. Close your eyes. Generally it's good to have your feet, especially if you're a lady, about sort of just slightly a fist width apart. Lift your toes up and really spread them over the mat. And really feel you're making a connection with the earth. Feel that extending up through your legs, into your pelvic region, and up through your spine, and really out through the crown of your head. So feel your strength vibrating through your body. So I was talking to you yesterday about imagining all of those little molecules that carry oxygen around the body lighting up, so that your light is not just contained within your physical body, but extends out beyond you because of the energy that you project to others. Okay, opening the eyes now. You can bring your hands onto your hip now. And then we can step the left foot back. So, same thing again here. If you're not up to feeling like doing too much work today, you can keep those legs straight. Otherwise, coming down here and turning the torso. So, when we come into this warrior one position, this back leg always has to be slightly further apart. And then inhaling up here. Exhaling, straightening that leg. Inhaling up here. Exhaling, inhaling up here and exhaling, and then moving that leg back now so that we're actually on the long side of the mat. We're going to lift the arms up here, turn the palms up and down, and then inhale nice and straight, exhale down, feeling the strength of your warrior. Inhaling down, inhaling up. One more time, exhaling down, inhaling up, and then coming into that reverse warrior. Inhaling up here, leg nice and straight. Bring your hands down if you like, roll your shoulders back and forward, and then let those arms float up, turn the palms down, and then now let's inhale and lean forward as we exhale, like we're leaning over a countertop, dropping that hand down, and then lifting now the right hand to the sky, or getting it on your hip. If you've got sore shoulders. Okay, that's lovely. Inhaling up here. Let's bring the arms out here. Turn to the front of your mat. Bring them onto your hip. And take a nice step forward here. Let's bring the feet so that they're mat width apart. Going to come back down into that squat again. So just noticing how much easier that might be after a little bit of stretching this morning. And then elegantly we're just going to come and sit down here. We're going to cross our ankles here. And we're going to rock and roll on the spine. So, oh, that feels good, especially on the grass. Not so good on the hall floor. This is a really great way to massage the spine. Okay, let's change the way the legs are crossed the other way. 3 times for this one too, if you like, or if it's not for you, don't do it. Takes a little bit of getting used to. Okay, that's good. And then let's bring the feet out and then just slowly come to lie down. Lift the hands above the head and check that your knees are hip width apart. Then we're just slowly going to uncurl the spine off the floor, bringing them onto the thighs and taking them back again. So inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Let's just come into a nice gentle bridge before we finish our practice. So rolling the hands in underneath the body here. And so your shoulders are nicely rolled under. Check you can touch your heels with your fingertips, and your knees are parallel and hip width apart. And slowly begin to curl yourself up off the mat. So bringing your hands in underneath the middle of your back, if you like. Just feeling that lovely opening into the back, the neck, the shoulders, and feeling that nice long extension through the front of the body and out through the front of the thighs into the toes. So you're really lifting away from the mat there. And then to come down, come up onto your toes, release your hands, slowly curl your spine down, and then your heels are the last to arrive. Let's draw the knees into the chest here, making some nice big circles. And then we're just going to extend the right leg and then the left leg. Bring your hand onto your heart and your belly before we come to seated position. Just catch your breath and allow the reverberation of the poses to ripple through you. Pokes his head through the sky. I raise my right hand above my head, bend my left knee, and just gently roll to the right side of my body using my left hand. Come to sit up. Now it's still a little bit cool here this morning, so I'm going to have a pillow underneath me, one my daughter gave me. I always have my favourite things around me, things that remind me of the skills and the love that come to me from other people. And a beautiful hand-woven rug that was given to me by a friend. Okay, so coming to sit nice and quietly now. Bring your hands into your chest, into your lap. You can sit with your hands in Anjali Mudra if you wish, or down into your lap. You can have your throat slightly open if that's right for you. Otherwise, you can gently tuck your head down. So staying settled and quiet here. Just a very quiet time for meditation. So just noticing where you're at. Thinking about benefits of your practice today and how you want to live your day. What do you want to offer to the universe, to yourself, that loving kindness. And we acknowledge each other for being here. So connecting with each other from our bubble here to your bubble there. Then we bring our hands into our heart space and we acknowledge each other for being here today. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.